Did anybody watch The Great Hack? Oh my goodness. Because I've got kids, I don't think I want to touch Facebook again. In fact, I don't really think I want to touch a computer ever again after watching that. Holy sh... Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, go over to our YouTube page and just tickle that subscribe button and join a very small, teensy tiny group of people that like seeing my face every single week. In fact, there's something I'm going to show you. So we've been doing these videos for 41 episodes, so 41 weeks that is so far. My stats on YouTube, so 41 weeks in, we now have 21.8 thousand minutes in the last 28 days have been watched of me. That is 363 hours of this face being watched by people in the last 28 days. You weirdos. So anyway, off the back of that hugely eye-opening film on Netflix, which was effectively about the Cambridge Analytica scandal, they basically hacked Facebook and they got all of the details of all of the people on Facebook and used that data to find the most people susceptible to manipulation and then manipulated that crowd to then vote the way they wanted them to vote. It was used to get Trump elected, it was used to get Brexit, and these are very, and I mean seriously, very scary things that big media corporations can do. And it's not the likes of just Cambridge Analytica. Any media corporation, the amount of power they have to sway people's minds to their own agenda is just absolutely nuts. So I thought today's video was worth making about your data security and particularly about your encryption, because in today's day and age, you should never be using an unencrypted laptop. Firstly, what is encryption? So encryption is a way of protecting all of the files, folders, even the operating system that's on your laptop, so that somebody without your encryption password can't actually see anything on your laptop. They can't, even if they physically remove the hard disk out and plug it into their own machine, they can't get the data off of it. So today, we're going to run through how to turn on encryption on your machine. So on your Mac, you want to go to the Apple menu in the top left, go down to System Preferences. When you go into there, find Security and Privacy, find the File Vault tab along the top, and then you want to turn on File Vault. All you then do is pop in a password and then just let it crack on and encrypt your laptop. So for Windows machines, it's fairly similar. You want to go to the Start menu, just search for BitLocker, and there'll be an option there called Manage BitLocker. Once you're in there, you want to turn BitLocker on. And in here, you get a few different options. The first of all, you get an option to save to your Microsoft account, which you can do if you're signing in with a proper Microsoft account. You want to save it to a file, which then means you have a file that you can use to authenticate. Or you can print off your recovery key, which is your final password. If you lose that password, you don't have access to your data. And the options you get here are to encrypt the used disk space only or the entire drive. Our advice is to encrypt the entire drive and click on Next. If you get the option to do this, you want to use the new encryption mode, click on Next, and then click on Start Encrypting. And that again will start off doing a similar thing as the Mac side of things, it will just crack on. So whilst we're waiting for that, I've got something to show you. Now, some lovely chap from, I think it was LinkedIn, might be YouTube. But anyway, a chap called Chris Jackway from Team Geek, who is an IT company based in Bristol, sent me a very humbling letter. And I'm just going to read it out to you because it was so nice to receive something like this. Hi Pete, thanks for investing your time, energy and resources to share your IT and business and knowledge and experience via YouTube. I found it both interesting and really reassuring since I'm on a similar journey, albeit a few strides behind techers. I run a small but growing IT support business in Bristol, and it's great to see another IT support provider with an ingrained value to always do the right thing. You're an inspiration to start documenting my own journey and sharing the knowledge and experience I have. I hope you enjoy the enclosed chocolate. Yes, very much so. Thank you very much. If you ever find yourself visiting Bristol, then please give me a shout. I'll show you around and buy a beer coffee. Well, that's just... You are incredible. Thank you very much. That is so humbling. And obviously, if you're looking for IT support in Bristol, he hasn't asked me to say this. This isn't a paid promotion or anything. But definitely check this guy out. So anyway, thank you. Really appreciate it. Also, it gives me something to eat whilst we're doing this video. Anyway, those laptops are still encrypting. So this is like a bit of ASMR, is it? Cheers. So anyway, now that's enabled, you're at least relatively protected against things like loss or stealing of your own laptop or something along those lines. Now, one question you might be asking is, does it slow down your computer? The answer is generally no, but if you're trying to use a very, very, very old laptop, like a 5-year-old laptop, 6-7-year-old laptop, then yes, there is certainly a chance that it's going to slow your machine down, because firstly, it's got to go through and encrypt everything, and then each time you're accessing the files and folders, it's got to decrypt those files. So it is a tiny, tiny overhead. If you're using a modern computer with SSD storage and a decent processor, a decent amount of memory, then it should have no problems whatsoever with the encryption. And that's all I've got for you today. Hope that's of help, of use to somebody, because given that documentary I've just seen on Cambridge Analytica and Facebook, I think I want to move country. Maybe start wearing a tinfoil hat and generally stop watching YouTube videos. Books are probably where it's at, right? I've said quite a few times that my top all-time recommended book is Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And that's not because it's all about generating profit, become rich and famous within a matter of time. It's just all about a better way of managing your money. So I'm going to leave you with one question, which is, what is your one book? And I'm not looking for your book recommendations. I'm not looking for a list of books that I can read. I actually have about 20 books that I still have to yet to read on my Audible account. But I want to know, what is the one book, and one book only, that you have read or listened to on Audible that has... I'm about to sneeze. It's coming. Sorry. What is the one book that you have read or listened to on Audible that has made a dramatic improvement or a dramatic impact to you personally or your business? For me, it's Mike Michalowicz and Profit First, because that now just sorts out our entire money for both personal and for our business life. So, what's that one book? Go.